Alright, this Honda Accord is going to need a bearing replacement. And we got this guy here wiggled out of spot. Seems like we got some real bad noobs playing with these cars, and look at that. Look at that. Broken stud there, and a completely pulled out stud over here. Well, I hope it would be completely out, but it's not. It's really just rotating in place. Wow. Alright, let's see what I can do with that. So the way I'm going to attempt to remove this stuck lug in there is I'm going to break the thread inside. So I'm basically going to break this. I'm going to break this. Let me turn on my light. I'm going to break this guy right through the center with the drill. And that should make a hole in the center where it can now flex while I'm trying to remove this nut. And it should come off, theoretically. See how it goes. So what I'm doing is going in with this guy. And if it rotates or anything, which it hasn't done yet, I'll just hold it with my wrench here. Shouldn't be a big deal. So let's see what happens. So you're looking for a hole as center as possible when you're drilling through this stud. So here's a bit of the process that I'm going through. Just putting the bit in some oil. This is just penetrating fluid. I'm using PB Blaster, but who cares? Just use a nice lube and it'll be good enough. Engine oil resists up to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or more, so you can use even engine oil if you want. Care less, just use a lube. Alright, it's digging through. Now what I want to do is I'm going to try to put a pry bar in the back and then socket through the front. See if now that stud can actually flex centered and I can take the nut out. Flex centered means that since I made a hole in it, it's not a solid hole, it's an open hole. When I put my nut against it, that nut starts rotating with pressurized. It should flex a little bit inward so that nut can just come off. Alright, so there you go. Stud out the hole, just fell out. There's a drill bit. So I went 3 sizes. So I went so this is what I really did. I went with the tightest fit inside that hole, since there was already a hole in it. I went the tightest fit drill bit to center it as center to that stud as possible. So I made a little puncture mark with my first drill bit. Then I went in with the small one, medium, then that big one, and there you go. It's out. I mean, it's already bashed around here. Can't be any worse. They tried. So I tried. And it's out. You always want to make sure that you're cleaning up your area, because those drill bits, those little fine pieces, they can stick inside your kneecap or your knee. Give you a big infection. Get you COVID. Yeah. So make sure you clean up real good. Take all them little specks out. Put them in the trash. There's a fallen soldier, a little drill bit that died out. Milwaukee ain't too good with these studs to break them centered. So the ones I used were, let's see here, the Bosch 10 times life, M42 Cobalt. I don't know. They worked out pretty good. So I didn't have to go in a high-speed setting while drilling. Only setting 1. That'll be a slow setting and pushing against it. And that's all I got. I'm going to put my little rug here again and continue with the bearing replacement.